And we're live. Yay. Hey guys, welcome to Side Jag. It's a show. We're going to talk. That's just what it is. A lot of food on this one. I did catch some neat stuff. But before we get into that, how are you doing, my friend? Does the audio not work?
Is it replaying?
No.
Whoa, yeah, it's a little so weak.
Did do some weird stuff?
I might have. Let me leave this video and re-enter.
Okay. That's all good. How you guys doing? Now we get the close up. I'm freezing. I had to put on a jacket because I am so cold. I don't know why. Well, I made it do know why. The air conditioner vent's right above me, and apparently it's on full kick mode. So no one said anything about my Tesla shirt. Look at that. It was a gift. Never buy a shirt like that ever.
All right, we should be good.
Well, you're back. We missed you.
We're
We
good.
missed you so much.
Food talk.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was funny. I was. Did you didn't catch what this is a shirt for?
no. Oh, is that the Cybertruck?
That's a Cybertruck.
That's
So
hilarious.
Oscar, who drives a Tesla,
Yeah.
sent Fernando and I Cybertruck shirts because he knows how stupid I think it is.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's a perfect gift. It's the
There you
perfect
go.
gift.
How ironic.
It's funny. So these are our travel jackets. What make them cool is they have this. There's a zipper right here, which, believe it or not, this is the best thing for traveling because you can just put your tickets and your all that shit that like you need to get to really fast.
Yeah.
Like right here, passports, all that crap. Didn't know that, but I was like, dude, this is the coolest travel jacket ever. Wallet goes right there. It's awesome.
It'd be like Cassie every time she finds a pair of shorts or something with pockets. She's very impressed.
Yes, pockets are nice.
She found a jumper with pockets. She was extremely happy with that.
Pockets are nice.
Apparently, they don't put pockets in women's clothing. This is something I didn't know.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like they have to carry crap too.
Right.
Not everyone wants to carry a purse.
Mm-hmm.
But
or a big one.
So, in all your travels, aside from food, did you watch anything?
I've got a list. I watched several things actually.
Oh wow!
Let's start with the worst.
Okay.
Might as well.
Yep.
Everything I watched is documentary based.
Yep.
Because I didn't have nothing to pick, so I'm going to pick documentaries. What Jennifer Did. This one is not a series. This one was a single one-off, about 90 minutes, super short. I think it could have been a very interesting documentary. The people who created it didn't make it that way, though. So it's about a young Asian girl.
Yep.
They open up interviewing her, the cop. Her parent, there was been an armed robbery at her house. Her mom was shot and killed. Her dad was basically fatally injured almost. He's in a coma. And she's telling a story of what happened. And her story is, hey, you get her calling the cops. She's like, hey, there's people shooting my parents downstairs. I'm tied up. All this stuff, right? And it's like, oh, what the hell happens? Well, then they kind of fade into the backstory of what's going on with her. She was going to college, as far as her parents knew, doing fake report cards, shit like that. Hanging out with a drug dealer. Boyfriend is a drug dealer.
Fantastic.
And it's like, so all this starts to come to light, and the police know this as they're interviewing her, but they're still like, okay, probably not the same thing. Her parents had a little bit of money. They're known to have money in hand at the place.
Okay.
And so the documentary kind of sucks, really. It could have been really interesting, but the way they set it up wasn't great. Long story short, as they interview her and they see what's going on, they figure out the communication between her and her boyfriend on social media. They're talking about another guy called Homeboy. That's his name. His nickname is Homeboy.
Okay.
They're trying to get Homeboy to kill her parents.
Oh.
Because her parents don't want her to be with a drug dealer. They're going to cut her off of the family money.
That makes sense.
She has no job, very little friends. She loves this guy. She's actually kind of psycho for this guy. This guy at the time is with another girl. And so she plans this with Homeboy, which is his associate. They come in. She said her story is that they were supposed to kill her because she wanted to die,
Right.
but they killed her parents. Well, in the midst of this, the dad comes out of the coma. He's not able to speak coherently. They don't understand what he says. And he said the only thing he told the cops was, see what Jennifer did, which Jennifer's the name of the girl. That's all he could tell them. And then they start piecing it together, all the communications, like, oh, shit, she's planning to have them killed because her mom told her, you're not getting any of this money until I die, unless you do what we want you to do.
Right.
So she made a plan to make them die. And she had tried to do it 6 months earlier. There's really she was convicted, still says she's innocent, and that's just kind of where they end it. So
okay,
not a great documentary. Could be an interesting story, but
yeah, they just didn't have it in them.
They didn't have it in them.
I watched an excellent documentary that I strongly recommend everybody watch. It was the Jim Henson documentary on Disney Plus.
Ooh,
it is fantastic. Like it covers that. I didn't realize he was like 53 or 54 when he died.
Really?
Yeah, he died of complications, an infection from pneumonia.
I thought he was older than that.
No, he looks old as shit, but no. It goes over the whole thing, explains everything, all the care. I mean, it was great. I was like, holy crap, I didn't know any of this.
Yeah.
Like how the Muppets were never actually, like, the Muppets didn't come from America.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he went to all the stations here, CBS, NBC, ABC, and all of them were like, no. And there was some rich dude that had just bought this giant studio in England and was like, I watched that last night. It was excellent. Yeah. It like had a ton of money, had all this studio space, and was like, dude, just come over here, make your shit. And turned out to be one of the best shows of all time. They ran it. He did it for 5 years, and then he was like, all right, I'm done. Like, he tapped out. He was like, that's why if everyone wondered what happened or where it went, he was like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
This anything we do from here, we're just going to keep repeating ourselves. So I want to go make movies.
Yeah.
So, and the whole time he was doing that, he was still producing Sesame Street.
Really?
Yeah, he was flying back and forth from England to U.S. constantly.
So he made some movies. Did he make the one with Fred Savage with the monster? Was that him?
I don't think
or
so.
Howie Mandel was the monster?
No, I think he was already gone by then.
Oh, okay.
His was with David Bowie.
Oh, the scary
Labyrinth.
one? Yeah, the Labyrinth.
Yeah. But I mean, his production, at one point they talk about how he sold it to Disney because he wanted to go off and do other things.
Yeah.
But, still do the business, but not be in charge of the business.
Right.
He wanted to just be, somebody else is paying all the, he's got a really high price secretary. So Dark Crystal. Yeah, there you go.
Dark Crystal. That one was good.
But no, it was fantastic. Without giving too much away, it was a fantastic documentary. I really enjoyed it. I strongly recommend it if you're at all a fan of the Muppets or Sesame Street or any of that. They do a really good job of kind of breaking down the timeline.
Yeah.
And talking about him and his life and his kids and his wife and his failed marriage, and it was really cool.
I'll definitely have to watch that. I can't. I was never really into the Muppets, even when I was a kid, for whatever reason. But I think that it'd be an interesting story still.
Man, you have Sesame Street and Fraggle Rock, so
Fraggle Rock. I was definitely into Fraggle Rock.
They don't go too heavy into Fraggle Rock because that was
HBO. It was only on HBO.
And it was kind of later, so
yeah. And it was Fraggle Rock was a weird ass show.
They do mention that. It
was very strange, man. There was like some sexual innuendo and all kinds of stuff in that show.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been.
Yeah.
HBO. So yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that was good. What else you got?
So I watched another one, 3-part series, 3 45-minute episodes about Ashley Madison, the rise and fall of Ashley Madison. Where they cheat with their spouses?
Yes.
Okay. So you remember in 2016 they had, or was it 2016? it might have been before that. I can't remember the dates, but they had the big where they leaked all their information.
Yeah.
So the story tells the whole story of Ashley Madison, how it came to be, the CEO, what just what the plan was, the rise of it. They based their main story on a couple. They were a YouTube couple. They were a vlogging family. They were a super Christian vlogging family, right?
Oh,
and I've heard about this story before. And the guy ends up being on the Ashley Madison registry. So I'd heard this story from another YouTube channel. I told you I watch all these YouTube documentaries that highlighted it, where he was on there, got caught cheating, and it just went way deeper than that. Well, he gets on there. They're at a vlog fest or whatever, like a big YouTube thing. All that shit drops right then. So he has to make a decision. Like, what do I do? So he's like, I'm going to just tell my wife. Like, I'm going to tell my wife. And at this point, he's just telling the truth. Like, he's done with the line shit. Like, hey, listen, he's telling, like, I told my wife what I thought I could get away with was that he was curious. He just wanted to sign up and see what it was. He knows it's against everything they believe in. He asked for forgiveness. We're at the show, right?
Yeah.
For the wife is like a really genuinely good person and naive at the time, right? You know? So she's like, I mean, at this point, he was a doctor or a nurse or something. He quit his job. They were doing full-time YouTube because they were doing really well on there.
Right.
And so you can imagine the situation she's in. Like, she breaks up, boom, all their money's gone.
Right.
So she's kind of like, yeah, forgive them. They go, they get weird looks at the event. They come back, they make a video. He's like, hey, we've discussed it. This is out there. She's forgiven me. All this stuff's good, right? Well, then it goes back to more Ashley Madison. Like, shit's happening beyond in the background. They bring in forensic researchers to figure out who the hell did this from England. So they're in there. The guys from England think that the CEO might have done it, up to a point that all the CEO's emails get leaked. And they're like, well, obviously he hadn't done it because this shit looks really bad for him. It also side sells you the story of the CEO who is a monogamous relationship with his wife. And he says this many times throughout the thing, like, yeah, I don't cheat, but I don't feel it's, you know, people should be able to cheat if they want to cheat. You know, he's saying this the whole time. His emails come out. It's all bullshit, like everyone knew.
It sounds like it was a setup.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Well, and to spoil the story, they still never
spoil the story.
They still never found out who did it. And they were saying it was like they were calling themselves a team, and those forensic researchers were like, it's definitely not a team. It may be two people. They said, but it's most likely one person that had a vendetta against the CEO for whatever reason. They don't know. You know, he'd done a lot of shit. Because there was no other attacks from them. It was just something they figured it was either like a Christian or a religious fundamentalist or someone that had personal vendetta against CEO. And they leaned the CEO because they leaked all his emails. But there was kind of a Stormy Daniels situation with him too, with a porn star.
What was it on?
It is on Netflix.
Okay. And it's called the
Ashley Madison something.
Okay. That one actually sounds like a fun watch.
It's a very good documentary. They follow back up with the family. The whole time they're telling the story, they follow back up with the family, and the dude's like, his brother who's a Christian, finally he's like, tells his wife, he's like, he's not telling you everything. And he tells his brother, like, you have to tell her everything. And so they had already patched up and they'd got past this shit. And so they're at another convention. And finally, his guidance counselor was his pastor at church, the guys, right? So finally he calls. At this point, he had called the pastor and told him the same thing he told his wife. So he calls him back and he tells him the full truth. And he's like, what do I got to do? And he's like, well, you can continue to lie and everything's just going to keep falling apart like it is, or you can just tell the truth and try to get better from here.
Wow.
So he told the truth. He was going to massage parlors. He was
just a scumbag.
Exactly. And he was doing all this stuff. And I think he had some kind of sex addiction. And he had mental problems, right?
It's always the ones that find them. It's always like the Jareds. You know, like Subway Jareds. It's like they stumble onto this by accident. It's like, dude, you need to run. You need to not be famous. You need to live a most obscure life where there is no eyeballs on you, because,
or at least don't get married if you're going to be doing this stuff.
Well, I mean, even still, if you're going to get married, do it in a way that like you can not get caught. I mean, Jesus, like,
and he's not caught. But when he signed up for Ashley Madison, he used his real email address and his real name.
Of course he did.
Yeah. So he done all. The coldest part is at the end of the show, they are in marriage counseling back together. Like, they split up.
Of course they are.
And then and this dude, like, they kind of tell this on this documentary, but I know from the other one, he was doing stuff like his wife peed in a toilet and he got a pregnancy test. And because they didn't, they were like the kind of hippie couples that didn't flush the toilet, but if it's pee, dipped it in there, found out she was pregnant, surprised her with it. So she didn't even know she was pregnant until he told her. Everyone thought that was fake, by the way. Probably was. But it's just, dude, it is insane.
So Haley started watching this other one that I kind of got roped into that really sucked, and it's called Baby Reindeer. It's on Netflix. Okay, it's good. It's good. Don't waste your time. It's like the weirdest story ever. It's like a documentary, but it's the guy who wrote the documentary about his life.
Yeah.
Is also acting in it, and it's really weird. It's British, and it's like you're just sitting there going, like, I was editing, so I was kind of half paying attention to it. I'm like, this is like why would anybody want to watch this? This is so awkward. Like, it's so bad.
I might actually like if it's awkward.
I mean, it's like there's this one part where he's like going back where it all started, and he's on like this like, he wants to be a comedian, and he hooks up with this guy that's helping him, and then they like the guy, they all get like just, he goes down this rabbit hole of like cocaine and heroin, and next thing you know, he's getting ass raped by this guy.
Oh my God.
And then he's all of a sudden he's bisexual, and like,
oh no.
And it all just leads up to meeting this person that just like is this liar, and like he was just generally just trying to be nice to her, and like she took it all as like, we're a boyfriend and we're a couple, and like it was like, what the why isn't he like, this is dumb. So I was like, that was horrible. That was like, thank God she finally, after like 2 or 3 episodes, she's like, this really sucks. And I was like, yes it does. I'm not even watching it, and I think it sucks so bad.
That's funny.
So yeah, so don't watch that one, little reindeer or whatever. Just run from it.
I had another 3-part documentary that was good.
Okay,
called Dancing for the Devil.
Oh,
so this one is about a TikTok dancing cult. Absolutely insane story. I'd never heard of this story, but so TikTok's big for dancing and people doing the choreograph.
Yeah. The whole,
they do their arm, and the next one's in motion, and all the.
Yeah.
Okay, so
yep.
It's these group of dancers, 5 of them, who come under the umbrella of a church leader. They get involved with the church because one of the producers was his son, right? This church leader, unbeknownst to everybody, was a well-known cult leader for a Korean church. He started like an immigrant Korean church, and he was basically running a cult. He has tons of money, has a Bentley and all this stuff. And he's telling them like, hey, you guys are doing these dances. They were complaining about their managements weren't getting them gigs and stuff. He's like, I'm going to start a management company. You guys already come to the church. I'll manage your money. Once he started doing that, he would kind of let them do what they want to do. But then, of course, he needs the 10% for tithing, 10% for this, for their money, 10% for that. End of the story. he's getting 70% because all the things they need to pay in order to be right with God. They're getting 30 sometimes, and sometimes that 30% they are putting it in their bank, and then are making them write checks to their other businesses. So he's just running the scam, using their talent on TikTok, getting marketing gigs with big companies like Buick and all kinds of stuff. Like a lot of those dancers have been in big commercials, and he's just running a scam. A few of them get out to tell the story. The main driver of the whole story is one family, a really famous couple of girls, sisters. They were on TikTok. One of the sisters went to that church, invited the other sister. She went a couple times, got a weird vibe, like, hey, I can't do that no more. That sister met one of the other guys in the church. They are still in that church to this day. And she just totally got brainwashed, cut them off. The family's running a campaign like, hey, there's something going on. This dude's a cult leader. There's really nothing you can do to a cult leader because the people want to be in there unless there's some kind of crime that's committed. Turns out sexual assault allegations, of course, every cult leader. What are they trying to do? They're trying to, seduce and molest women or young girls. And so they're trying to get them on that still to this day. So that's still ongoing. He is smart enough to realize that he was keeping them away from their family. They had no conversation with them at all.
Yes, Haley.
Happy birthday, Haley.
No, I'm looking.
What did she say?
Bro, I just had a frog on my leg.
That's disgusting.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
And I went with my water bottle.
Yeah.
And then it jumped away.
Outside?
Are you kidding me?
No, it's in here.
Sucks for you guys. Go get it.
Gross.
That's terrible.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Happy birthday.
What are you guys talking about?
We're talking about documentaries.
What documentary? Any good ones?
No.
Except the one you watched without me when I told you not to?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
But they're still live and active in there with him, and
of course.
Thing. And at the time, they each of them had 7 million TikTok followers, and this dude is just raking in the cash. His whole family's in on the thing. They're fighting. They have active lawsuits against him, and they're doing the molestation. The same story. One woman came forward, and they're like, "Hey,
dude, unless there's guns, nobody cares."
Exactly.
Like, there's got to be guns. No guns.
They have so many recordings of this dude, like the way he's preaching and stuff, and it's all money, 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 money. That's all he's talking about. I can make you money, do this, we get money. And it's just like, my God.
I mean, at least he's honest. I want your money.
Yeah, but hey, this dude was his management, he was getting them gigs.
Right.
They just weren't getting any of the money.
Right. Well, of course.
If he was legit, if he was a legit management company, I would have done very well for him.
Yeah. So the only other thing I'm watching right now is the Star Wars Acolyte.
Is that a cartoon?
That's their new live person thingy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Good.
So I'm on episode 2. There's 3 or 4 episodes. There's 3 out yesterday. Probably gonna be 4 this week. I have no idea. So far it's very lackluster.
I'm gonna wait for your review because I'm glad that I did that for the other one. What the hell is that even called?
Who knows?
Yeah, the super boring one. Whatever. Yeah.
So far, this one is right up there with super boring. Yeah. Everyone's kind of looking at me like, "What? No, it looks so good." I'm like, okay, cool. Brian's like, "There's lightsabers." I'm like, "No, there's not. There's no lightsabers."
Yeah.
But
speaking of which, The Boys started tonight.
Oh, there you go.
So
I'm still 2 seasons back on that one.
Yeah. It's so foul. The last season is so vile that I don't know if they go much more than that. I'll probably be out too.
Yeah, I had to tap out. I was like,
I'm not a prude, but it's just
it's not even a prude. It's just come on, guys, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just watched it. I was like, this just ain't.
Yeah.
But I get it.
It comes out in House of the Dragon Saturday.
Yes,
So
that is coming.
and it should, like, we went through the boring stuff. We were on the precipice of civil war. They better start it with a bang. That's all I'm saying.
Well, the other thing too is we only get 8 episodes.
Which is good. I would rather have that, I think.
I just want them to not. They all have to be good though. There's no.
Right,
there's
yeah.
no
You
fluff.
can't have that. Is exactly, yeah. You can't. They have to be.
Yeah, no fluff. But I feel there's going to be fluff because writers suck.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, is that it? Is that all you got?
That's all I watched.
You
Yeah.
want to talk about some food?
We can talk about some food.
So, we went to Gordon Ramsay's.
Oh, fancy.
That's the sure. You know, he has the beef Wellington.
Mm-hmm.
His signature dish, and
that's it has a pastry crust on it.
Yeah.
Of course, you didn't eat it.
No, I didn't. Fernando had it in Vegas, and he was like, "This was like the most amazing thing he's ever tasted."
Really?
So
I've always wanted to try it. I've never tried it.
Oh, it's apparently you want to try in Vegas though, because in Atlantic City it's foul.
Yeah.
He was like, it was not good. I got pork chops that night, and you know, we were all just talking and having a good time. I really wasn't paying attention to it.
Yeah.
I was just eating it because it was like I was hungry, and I hadn't eaten all day. And
was it? Don't tell me it was underdone.
Oh no, it was done. It was just like the saltiest pork chop ever.
Oh God, no!
Like it was just.
Dude,
I'm like,
I can't.
I'm just pounding waters, not realizing like, because we're all just talking and shooting the shit and having a good time, and I'm just like over here drinking waters and eating this pork chop, and I'm like, you know, someone had said, "Man, the food sucked there," and I was like, "Oh, it was pretty." Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I was thinking. I was like, "Yeah, the fucking pork chop was salty as shit." I just never, you know, I was starving. It was like it didn't matter. I was gonna eat it because we hadn't eaten all day, so it was like. But I was like, "Man, you're right. It sucked." And Fernando was like, "Dude, my beef Wellington was gross." I was like, "Oh, well, damn."
I can't abide by salty. Like if something's too salty, man, it just takes me straight out of it. Even French fries. I've had French fries that are so salty. It's like I'm not even gonna. I love salty French fries, but they were.
Yeah. I mean, if we're talking like it's just, you know, I was gonna say because I like my French fries.
Yeah, me too. I prefer a saltier French fry, but I've had them where they're just so salty.
Yeah, like they accidentally dumped half the bottle on it.
Yes, and it's just like who's eating this shit? Like why?
Yeah. But yeah, so that was first. Now the first night we were there, like we ate at this thing called the 24-hour cafe, novel name, and they had sandwiches like hoagies, and they had what was called the AC hoagie, which I guess was the Atlantic City hoagie.
Yeah.
I don't know what was on it. I didn't really look. It had peppers and some other, you know, sliced meats and stuff, and I go, I'm gonna try that. You know, and Haley Fernando got a turkey sub. And I don't know what Josh got, but that was actually pretty good. I was like, wow, this is pretty good. Like, and it was funny because I was like, man, this was good. Like, I hope the rest of the food is that good. This is kind of fun.
The disappointment from there, huh?
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's just this is the story of sadness.
Yeah.
But I'll let you go with yours. What do you got?
So I'll talk about the trip the week before, because we were actually off 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we went to Hot Springs, Arkansas, and there's a racetrack casino. No, I told you about that. Okay, so I messed that up, but we ate there, and I had the best French toast of my life at a little, like, as a 24-hour cafe type.
Yeah.
Under breakfast time.
That's usually where you find that.
Their breakfast was so on point. My niece got the pancakes. The pancakes were like thick, fluffy.
Wow.
The French toast was like. Now Cassie didn't like it because she's very particular about like the way her food texture is.
Yeah.
It's almost like a custardy taste to it.
Oh.
So it wasn't. It was, you know, it was like super crispy on the outside, and the inside was a little custardy.
Yeah.
So she didn't like that, but to me, it was.
That sounds wonderful.
It was absolutely the best French toast I ever had. Wow. So go to Indianapolis the first night. There's a place there called Portillo's.
Yes.
So I like
there.
We don't have Portillo's here.
Yes.
I'm like, all right, cool. I got to get the Italian beef and the hot dog. So
Yep.
the Italian beef dipped, all the peppers, absolutely good. Got no sides. Like I'm not messing around. I want the small Italian beef, so I
Right.
also have room to eat a hot dog.
Right.
That's why I got no sides.
They got a really good chocolate cake too.
Got the chocolate cake.
Yeah.
And dude, I ate the Italian beef, I ate half the hot dog, and I ate like 3 bites of the cake, and I was absolutely done. I was done. We
People
basically,
really love that place.
yeah, and it was good, but also now that I've had it a few times, it's like it's like a French dip, It's
It's a fast food place. I mean, it's literally like going to freaking Outback or one of those other. It's not anything. Yeah.
And we weren't really. That's the first night or the first day we got there. We weren't really feeling like going to a sit down place and like looking around. We just wanted to. It was like within 3 miles of the hotel.
Right.
There, grabbed a quick bite, went back to the hotel, kicked it. The second day, we had hotel breakfast. Horrible, absolutely horrible. Probably the worst
hotel breakfast.
I've had decent, but this was like usually the waffles are okay. Actually, let me really write that back. Sometimes the waffles are 50-50. I've had very good hotel waffles where you make them yourself. This was just, it was not good.
Just trash.
So I eat very little that morning. I'm like, this is fine. I'll just eat something when we get there. We get there. I get the most mediocre hamburger you can get.
Yep.
Cassie just ends up getting cheese fries. They were mediocre as well. So all day, not eating very good. That night, they have a Culver's there.
Yeah.
I was like, cool. I've only had Culver's once. Let's go back, try it. I got I got the single with the Wisconsin cheese on it, the cheese sauce. Then I got fries with the cheese sauce. Those were fire. That might have been the best thing I had, yeah. The cheese sauce was very good. The cheeseburger was fine by itself. Just a small single cheeseburger with that cheese sauce, though, because the cheese sauce and the fries, excellent.
So we did eat breakfast one morning because I think Thursday morning we were like, you know what, let's eat breakfast because we're not going to eat breakfast the other time we're here.
Yeah.
So I got I like poached eggs.
Oh yeah, who doesn't?
But so really the only way to get poached eggs is to get eggs Benedict minus the hollandaise sauce.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I got. I was like, I don't know why it's taking me this long to figure that out. Because I was like,
a muffin too. You can eat it separate if you want.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic. I was like, this is the best breakfast ever.
Yeah.
It wasn't, but it was actually really good. So that was that. And then we also had, so they had a couple restaurants, like they had this Italian restaurant there that I got this. It was supposed to be lasagna with wild boar.
Yeah.
That was disgusting. Like
I've had wild boar and it's not great.
It wasn't even that. It was just the wild boar was okay, but the noodles were overcooked and there was way too much cheese and it was just greasy and just like, so gross. We did go to one restaurant. I had this chicken with mashed potatoes and broccoli, real basic. And it was fine. It was good. That was actually like one of the best meals we got is from the restaurant with the exception of Buddy's. So at Buddy's, they have Buddy Velasco. So they have pizza. Pardon me. Deep dish pizza. Trash. But they have chicken wings.
Yeah.
For now, I got the chicken wings.
Is this like a quick dining place then? Kind of?
What's that?
Is it like a quick dining place or is it a nicer?
Quick dining place. Okay. Yeah. So they just basically have like pizza, chicken wings, and like some cheese and French fries.
Yeah.
The French fries were waffle fries, like Chick-fil-A. So those were pretty good. Unless you got them with like the garlic and Parmesan crap all over them. It was like, ew. But plain was fantastic. The wings were great. We ended up having those a couple times because it was like they were one of the only things that the place didn't suck. One of the first 2 nights we were there, they had a gelato bar. We were like, Sage and I were like, dude, let's go get some gelato. And Herman was with us, and he was like, dude, it's terrible. I've already had it. And I was like, how have you already had it? He's like, it's sick. It's gross. And we're like, whatever. How bad can you screw it up? Oh my gosh, we found out how bad you can screw it up. He got mint chocolate chip that no shit, tasted like Pine Sol.
Ooh.
Like it was gross. Like I said, dude, you need to take this back. He's like, should I go? Yeah, take it back. So he took it back and he says, hey man, this stuff tastes like cleaner. And the guy goes, oh yeah, that stuff's disgusting. He's like, why did you let me buy it? So we got cookies and cream. I got like cherry chip, and it tastes like cough syrup.
Really? That's
yeah.
what I would order too, dude. I'm a sucker for like cherry and chocolate ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. It tastes like cough syrup. I was like, they're like, how is it? I was like, it tastes like cough syrup.
And you probably had in your mind, like, because usually cherry and chocolate chip ice cream
fantastic.
Is awesome. So you probably had a very good vision of what you were about
to do. And it tastes like Vicks. Vicks cough drops. It was, dude, it was the grossest stuff ever. Luckily for us, over at Buddy's, they had regular scoop ice cream.
Yeah.
Which they did have mint chocolate chip that was good. And then they had peanut butter chocolate, which I'm not a big peanut butter chocolate guy, but there was only like 6 flavors.
Yeah.
And like I've eaten that because the girls eat that. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have peanut butter chocolate. So I had peanut butter chocolate. That was pretty good.
I can do a peanut butter chocolate. It's not my first choice, but it's not gonna disgust me.
Yeah, and then when we went over to the MGM, they had a gelato place there, and we're all like, okay, we're gonna get one. Someone's gonna be the guinea pig, which Ramon was like, I'll be it, and then we'll buy the rest. And so I got some coconut gelato. It was really good. Yeah, it was really good. It was like, wow, this is really fantastic. So that they apparently have a better gelato machine. So it was fantastic. But and then we had the last night we all went out for Chinese food on the strip, which I think and like straight up Chinese, no Mexicans working in the kitchen. This was some good old-fashioned Chinese food. Everything they made was fantastic. Oh my god, it was so good.
Dude, you got lucky because Chinese food in general is very hit and miss.
Well, see, that was the thing. So Sage, when we were at the show, there were some people there direct from China, and they were direct from China. So like, if you're a dealer, they'll sell it to you like straight. They ship to you direct.
Right.
And so they exchanged their Chinese Facebook page.
Yeah.
Because he buys a ton of stuff from China through manufacturing. So like, oh yeah, let's beam each other. It's kind of like Facebook, just the Chinese version of it.
Right.
And so, and they live in the city where all the iPhone crap is made, which I can never remember.
Like Xinjiang.
Yeah, they live in Xinjiang.
Yeah.
And so they had already left, and he texted me, says, "Hey, did you guys find a good Chinese restaurant while you're here?" And they're like, "Oh hell yeah, we found the place." And sure enough, this was the place, man. It had all the awards and all that, like best Chinese and stuff in town. So we went there, and we're like, "Oh yeah, that's good." Don't get me wrong; it's not like Florida Chinese food or like that, but it was really, after the crap we'd eaten all week.
Yeah,
this was some of the best food we've ever had. It was fantastic.
Like, dude, I'm down. Like, if it's good Chinese food, I am down.
Yeah.
Panda Express, not so much, but
no, Panda Express sucks. I mean, luckily for us around here, like, dude, I don't know what we have more of, ice cream shops or Chinese restaurants, but damn, like, we have so, like, if you eat at a Chinese restaurant and you eat there twice, and you're like, man, it's okay. Move on to the next one, because we got 20 more, man.
Yeah.
I mean, every shopping plaza has a Chinese food place in it.
That's how it is here with Mexican food. We have so many Mexican restaurants.
See, which is oddly enough, we don't have that. We have a handful of Mexican restaurants, and that's it. And like, but here they're not always. They're like, a lot of the Mexican restaurants aren't Mexican restaurants. They're stores. They're bodegas with restaurants in them. So you don't really get
the full. Yeah.
Well, you don't really go there because you know that's you don't speak the language. They're just gonna look at you like,
yeah.
Who are you? I've been there once with Fernando, and I was like, yeah, I don't fit in here. And they were probably like, who's the tall white guy? And I'm not tall.
Yeah. Well, the last thing that I ate, we had breakfast at a very mediocre place. Like, when you go up north, I mean, I'm going to consider, even though it's Midwest, like, it's just not. I don't think they do breakfast great. It's like it was just like the pancakes were like So here's how I judge pancakes. There's a scale. IHOP is, well, let's say IHOP is a 10 in this scale.
Okay.
Denny's is a 1.
Really?
Yeah. So I would say that they were on the 3 zone of they were approaching Denny's rubbery pancakes.
Okay.
And
where does the McDonald's pancake fall into this?
they get a special exemption. I like McDonald's pancakes, but they're not good pancakes in my mind.
So we're talking like a 4, maybe?
They're probably a solid 5.
Oh, so they're the halfway point.
Yeah, they're like the halfway point.
Okay. Well, all right. That number I can work with because I've had those. I don't think I've ever had Denny's because we don't really have Denny's over here that much.
Pancakes.
Yeah.
I
haven't eaten there in years.
I don't know why. Why? I mean, it is the International House of Pancakes, but I would like to know what they do to make their pancakes so good because that's probably
the one person they have in the back that is going.
Something, man.
They got the special herbs and spices.
They got a hook. I've had better pancakes, but as far as like a chain place,
yes, it's a reoccurring thing. Like you're always gonna. It's like a McDonald's. You're gonna get the same flavor every time.
Right? Yeah.
It's okay, man. You made it. It's all
you made it. You're still here.
Yeah,
but McDonald's, I don't think it's a good pancake, but I like McDonald's pancakes.
You know, it's funny too because like I look at McDonald's pancakes like a piece of bread.
Yeah,
because they have to come in loaves.
Sometimes I will like just grab it and eat it like this.
Yeah, because I mean, why would you not? I mean, it's and they're always. It's almost like, guys, could you just like fake it up a little bit? You don't have to make them perfectly round,
right?
Like we literally know you're just like dropping them into a toaster oven or hitting the microwave, like hitting the number 2 pancake button to warm them up. They come as a 3 stack, and it's just like drop them all in, hit the button. It's like.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I just
you know what's crazy? Like I love French toast is probably my favorite out of like it's for me. It's
yes,
French toast, waffles, pancakes. I might actually know what waffles are probably at the end. French toast, pancakes, and waffles for me.
See, I hate waffles.
Yeah, and it's like, but here's the thing: like French toast sticks, never had one I liked, not one.
Have you tried Wendy's?
No, I haven't.
So. I get Wendy's.
Like, here's the problem with French toast sticks. They're so goddamn sweet that you can't even put syrup on them most of the time.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not a French toast stick connoisseur. The only ones I've ever had is Wendy's. So I don't really consider myself an adequate judge for the genre. However, I will get a 4-piece of those and immediately throw out the syrup because are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's like this is already so
like how much more sugar do you need? I mean, in that case, just screw the pancakes, drink the syrup. But I like them. I feel they have a pretty solid taste to them for a breakfast. So they come in a 4 count and a 6 count because if you want a piece of half of bread.
Yeah,
it's like
I do this weird thing like with breakfast particularly, and I noticed I seen Cassie doing it this weekend, and I was like, "Did you do that before you met me, or is it something you done after you met me?" She's like, "I think after. If I have something sweet, I will eat most of my regular food. I don't touch the sweet stuff until I start touching the sweet stuff. I don't do both.
Right.
Then I'll eat what I want of the pancakes, but I save a little bit. I want to finish on something savory."
Right.
I can't end on the pancake, or I can't only have pancakes for breakfast. I have to have sausage or something to go with it. I can't just have like pancakes. Can't just do Pop-Tarts. I can have it, but I have to have like some kind of protein or something savory.
Yes, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite breakfast is like, obviously a poached egg is like hits, but other than that, it's like an egg and cheese something sandwich of some kind. Is it. Like I don't want meat on my breakfast sandwich. I'm not a big bacon guy. I don't like sausage and Canadian bacon, ham is okay, but it's so salty. I'm not a I don't know. I like basic in the morning.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that. Like if I make breakfast like that, I'll make toast, buttered toast,
Mm-hmm.
then do like a over medium egg and a slice
Right.
of cheese, and then put the toast on it.
Yeah.
My perfect breakfast sandwich.
Yeah. That's yeah. That's why I like going on the cruise, because I always have just a tray of poached eggs. And
Yeah,
I'll be like, all right. Hey, I
you
know what I'm getting.
talked me into it.
Yeah, you twist my arm. Ow. Has the best restaurant
Yeah, I
pancakes.
agree.
For sure. Yeah, I don't know. They come with syrup. I don't know if it's
Yeah, it's
maple or
not
not.
maple. No, definitely not maple.
So the other doesn't Cracker Barrel have pancakes?
I've never had them.
I
I've
have
had
never either.
breakfast there a lot of times, but I never had the pancakes. I
So I mean,
assume
at Cracker Barrel, you gotta have the biscuit. Like I feel like the
yeah,
biscuit.
that's what I do. I do the biscuit, and I like the apple butter. That's
Yeah, I just want gravy.
yeah,
If
biscuit
you're,
and gravy. I mean, hey, who can pass up a biscuit and gravy?
yeah.
Do you have a Hardee's?
Not close anymore.
That they have my favorite biscuit and gravy of anywhere. And there's a place by Derek's house called Biscuitville.
Right.
What North Carolina is like the biscuit capital of the world, man.
Sounds like it.
They have the best biscuits anywhere, but I still like Hardee's biscuit and gravy.
So our Wendy's have biscuits and gravy now.
Really?
Yeah, which is pretty good. Chick-fil-A used to have them; they don't anymore. But I think our McDonald's actually has it now too.
McDonald's are so gummy though. Now Chick-fil-A's are also gummy, but I liked it because they put it was like a chicken gravy.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I liked them.
Biscuits and gravy is a hit or miss though, man. Like, cause I hate it when people get real creative with like the sausage and crap that they put in it. Cause it's like, okay, guys, I don't want greasy biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
I don't want it to have some weird sweet taste.
You don't
to
want
it.
to see yellow streaks in it.
No, I want it to be almost like Hardee's just has the best biscuits. Period. Okay.
Yeah, they're great.
I mean, it's been
in our area. So the people that they hire specific people that only make biscuits, and there's one in our area that she's been working there 20 years.
Wow.
And at a Hardee's, like made a career of Hardee's.
Yeah.
And they like, dude, I'm telling you, them biscuits, there's something else.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's funny too, because like Fernando will buy the big breakfast for Sebastian.
Yeah.
And he won't eat the biscuit. And so I'll come over and I'll be like, "You gonna eat the biscuit?" And he'll be like, "Yeah." I go, "No, you're not." And like 10 minutes later, be like, "You want the biscuit?" I was like, "Yeah, I want the biscuit." And I'll eat the McDonald's biscuit and I'll be like, it's if that's all you're eating, like no nothing, just pick up a biscuit, take a bite out of a biscuit. It's not a terrible biscuit.
Yeah.
Because it's salty and buttery. It's definitely better than just like a plain biscuit, because
as long as it's not gummy. When you get into the gummies where it's like this,
where it's a chewy part of the biscuit, where
it's like
not really biscuit, it's bread.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Luckily, I don't care that much.
I've had decent. It depends on it's a McDonald's by McDonald's basis.
So I think the English muffin is probably the best breakfast bread.
Yeah.
Toast is good. Like, but toast just doesn't hold up. Like toast just doesn't make a good sandwich, just because it's like, I don't know. Bread is just, but an English muffin, like,
I love an English muffin.
The muffin just holds everything together so much.
It's got the cornstarch or whatever on it. And
just put food in front of me. The bagels. Yeah, the bagels. The bagels are back right now. And I'm so sad. So, like, when the bagels existed back in the day, I was eating red meat. Yeah. So they had the steak, egg, and cheese breakfast bagel.
Damn, man. Yeah.
Oh, my God. And so, like, that was the high point of, like, the month was going to get. It's like, because you can only eat that, like, once a month.
Yeah.
And not have a heart attack. Some people, I can't. Like, my DNA won't let me, but other people, like, you're nuts. I'm having that every morning. So that was like the high point. It was like, I'm gonna go get a steak, egg, and cheese bagel. And like, if they screwed it up for whatever reason, you're just like shedding a tear in the corner, like, you guys suck. But the butter and the onions and the pepper, and you're just like, oh, this tastes so good. It's things like that make my life choice be like, you're dumb.
Dude, I haven't had one of those in like probably 10 years or better. But
No.
I don't eat breakfast that much anymore. So
Right.
I will argue that McDonald's probably has the best hash brown of anywhere. Like, I love the hash brown.
I like the Chick-fil-A. I like the little round things.
The little rounds, the hash rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hash browns are way better. I used to like the McDonald's. I
Yeah.
can't anymore. It's just I don't know why. It's like I've tried it. I've been like, nah.
Yeah.
I think it's just because too many of those as a kid, you
Yeah.
know. And it's funny. It's funny we're talking about the red meat thing. I don't want like I loved hamburgers. Hamburgers were probably my all-time favorite food, which sucks now because I'll eat a turkey burger.
Right.
Boca burgers are disgusting, and that Incrediburger is just shit. It's the weirdest texture ever. But I'll rock a turkey burger. Like I love turkey burgers. Like it's like, ooh man, that's a good night. It's like, what are we doing? I don't know, but I can get a turkey burger here and it doesn't have mushrooms on it. Oh yeah, that's my jam. But the only burger I miss, is the double cheeseburger from McDonald's, no ketchup or mustard. Like to me, it's the most basic burger on the face of the earth. Taste it just whatever they did to that greasy goodness was like, oh my god.
I still, if I get a McDonald's burger, I still just get a McDouble or a double cheeseburger.
Right.
I don't minus anything though.
I hate ketchup.
I hate ketchup. I love mustard. I hate ketchup on burgers, but also like I don't want to put in special order usually, so I'm just like, oh, what?
Oh no, I'll wait. I'll park over here wherever. Just I'm in no hurry.
Wow,
it's cool. Take your time. Make it fresh.
Usually, what happens is Cassie gets hers plain, and mine ends up being plain. It's like,
yeah, because they're just like,
yeah, get nothing.
Screw you. Bring back the Mick Extra. What was the Mick Extra? I remember the Mick DLT.
Yeah, were they done all separate?
Yeah, that was funny.
I remember that.
Yeah. Funny. Well, go ahead.
So, talking about burgers, the last night we had White Castle. We don't have a White Castle anywhere near here.
Yeah.
Dude, White Castle sucks.
White Castle's terrible, bro.
White Castle sucks.
Dude, you can't, like, if you're going to eat White Castle, you cannot plan on going anywhere that night.
Yeah, dude, it's like,
unless it's home.
It's just not very good. I wanted it to be good.
I've never even had the Big Mac. The chicken Big Mac. I've heard.
I'd eat a chicken Big Mac. You know what I did have from KFC when they done the 2 chicken patties with.
That was disgusting,
dude. Yeah, it was. But I enjoyed it. I ate it like once, and I was like, yeah, this is awesome. But some reason I never entered.
I could not finish one of those. Like that was. I took a bite of it, and I was like, this is just gross. Yeah. And I've never had that, and I've seen pictures of it, and it's like. I might give it a try, but I also feel like it just doesn't work. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the main
that was the cold side cold, the hot side hot, for sure. Yeah. So it's funny. So before we left to go to Planet Walmart, it was my birthday. So I was like, Haley and I, went to the gym, worked out, and then we're like, where are we going to go? And I was like, we're going to, we have this restaurant called the Varsity Club. And it's just bar food, but they make an awesome BLT.
Yeah.
And I don't like bacon, but I love a BLT. No mayo, of course, because mayo is just devil's cum that they put on.
That's the best thing on the BLT.
It's so disgusting. But yeah, so I got, and then I got tater tots instead of French fries because this place this place is rocking. They have crinkle cut French fries, tater tots, and curly fries.
Damn.
Like, it's like, dude.
They got all the fries.
Oh, they got all the fries. Yeah, but their crinkle cut fries are on point, so it's hard not to just get those. But they had it here in a bit for Canada. Yeah. You could order McMuffin with chicken for breakfast here. I mean, you might be able to order that special, but, ordering stuff special at McDonald's it's like, it's like asking somebody to give you change for a $5.
I only eat like when it comes to dinner stuff. Sometimes I'll get a Big Mac, rarely, but I'm just McDouble or McChicken. Like I don't stray.
Yeah, see, I mean, I remember like every now and then it was like you're just sitting there and you're like, man, you know, what'd be solid right now? Big Mac.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was, but if you took a Big Mac and you cut it into 4
Yeah.
and you just ate it pieces, changed the whole way you ate a Big Mac. It was so much different.
Yeah.
Mainly because it would fall apart into its little pieces, and you'd be like, I don't know, but that was just the best way to eat a Big Mac. You can't do that with any other sandwich. I mean, it's basically like turning it into a club sandwich. It was the weirdest thing ever. But like, you know, like Chick-fil-A is good, but there's just something about a hamburger that
Yeah.
chicken just does not bring to the table. You know,
Yeah.
that's why I like the turkey burger, because it's like it's everything that a hamburger is.
You need ground meat.
Just yes, you need ground meat 100%. Like and don't get me wrong, I love a Chick-fil-A, but it's just something about it's not
It's
a
not a
chicken
burger.
sandwich is just
It's
not
legitimately a sandwich. That's why, like, I'll get them a chicken if I'm feeling in the chicken mood. Now they do the hot and spicy McChicken. Fire. Highly recommend that. Plus, it's
I missed her Steak and Shake. It was run by crackheads. So we still have a Steak and Shake. It's right down the street. If you like to wait 20 minutes, they have really good milkshakes.
yeah.
Just got to wait 20. I've never understood why it takes so long to get a milkshake at Steak and Shake.
There's every Steak and Shake I've been to is slow, but it's so cheap, dude. Like, you can get a meal and 2 people.
Can I give you an extra $1 to give me the shake sometime tonight?
Yeah.
I mean,
the fries are horrible there. The shoes super.
Oh, those things are disgusting.
That's the worst fries in the game.
Yeah. Well, that's why we don't eat there anymore, because like I can go to a burger joint if they have decent French fries, because like I'll just eat the French fries. Like we went to Bobby Fillets after the big rage party that we did. You know, it's 3 o'clock in the morning and everyone's getting burgers and shit. And they're like, what are you going to get? I was like, just get me a thing of fries and I'll just eat fries. And they're like, really? I go, I'm not eating a burger. I mean, I'm not eating a freaking grilled cheese. I mean, and I don't want chicken because it's too late at night to eat chicken. So I will eat French fries and dip them into ketchup one at a time.
You know what, Cassie? She'll get the packages and she'll do that. One fry.
Oh, she'll like, I can't do that. I'll get the packets to open up, make a big mound of ketchup, and then just dip one in at a time. And just the right amount of fry to ketchup.
She'll go 1 for 1, man.
I mean, that'll limit how many French fries you can eat. So I guess there's nothing wrong with that. Because, you know, by the time you get halfway through, you're so like over it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they closed your Skyline.
We don't have that here.
So funny story. I worked AVE, the place I started at, was the restaurant next door to us was Skyline Chili. So I worked next to a Skyline Chili for 20 years.
Yeah.
I hate Skyline Chilies. Their hot dogs are disgusting. Yeah. Everything about it was just gross, and I had to smell that chili, that nutmeg chili every day. Oh my God, it was so bad. There is still one here. It's actually down. The funny part is it's right down the street from 5 Star. They moved to the same street that I'm on. I'm like, we'll just stay way up there, okay? Because they'll come here. It's gross. I don't want any part of that crap. But yes,
I love hot dogs. I love hot dogs.
Just mounds of ketchup and weird hot dogs and their chili. So the only thing they made at ours that was good was they had a baked potato.
Yeah.
Which I think was regional. I think it was just something our guys did. And every now and then we'd get the baked potato, which was really good. But then you'd eat it and you'd be like, I think I'm going to die. Yeah. Because they'd have so much butter on it.
Dude, we had the one in Vegas.
It chili goes on everything.
Yeah. The old part of Vegas. The D. You know where that one is? Called the D. It's the Detroit casino down in Old Vegas. So
yeah, I yes, but no, I could find it and I've seen it.
So
I remember going, hey, it's the D.
I mean, you have to make the joke.
Yes, I remember that.
It's the one where they had the bar where the girls can stand on, but outside. But they had from Detroit. There's apparently 2 competing chili places that do hot dogs.
Fantastic.
And so they're both in there.
Oh,
this side and this side. So I got a chili dog from each. I couldn't really tell the difference. One of them had like Spanish onions, and one of them had a different onions. Their chili's supposed to be a little bit different. Both were really good, but I couldn't tell the difference.
I liked chili dogs. Don't get me wrong. I was a big hot dog fan. Like,
Yeah.
we used to have this hot dog when we go see my dad in Michigan. They had this hot dog place in town, and they had like 20 or 30 different types of hot dogs, like a taco dog, a lasagna dog, a mac and cheese, like anything you could possibly think to put on a hot dog. And I would go there and I get like 6 hot dogs.
Yeah.
Because it was like, and that was all. We'd literally go from the airport right to there, and then they closed. And he's like, I got bad news. And I was like, what? He was, the hot dog place closed. I said, well, it was nice coming to visit you, but there's really no more reason to come see you. He's like, what? I was like, I'm just kidding. Not really. But
oh man.
Yeah, I would just murder those things. Oh my gosh, we made it through the night. All right, so I was thinking there's a couple movies that just came out. Unless you got something.
The only one that I've seen was The Hitman.
That was the one I was just gonna say. Let's watch The Hitman.
Let's watch The Hitman.
All right, so The Hitman is.
She's like, hey, we need to watch this. And I was like, oh, it looks like that actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, that was the girls that were like, oh, we can watch that. So, all right, that's what we'll watch for next week. Thank you guys for playing along. We hope you're all hungry now and run off and get some food.
Yeah, just stuff your face right before bedtime.
Peace out, homies.
Later.